I've got Nikki, I've got Deborah, and they've got me strapped in here to our machine, the MedX machine. And I thought we'd run through today and show you what it's all about, how it works, and how things actually help with back pain from there. So when it comes to low back pain, basically the main reason that back pain happens is because the muscles in the lower back shrink, okay? That's been shown in a lot of research now that's gone back, what, 15, 20 years, something like that, where basically the deep muscles of your lower back come smaller as you get more and more low back pain. So the biggest mistake people make when they're rehabilitating low backs is that they do all of the strengthening work for all the muscles around it, so your glutes, your hamstrings, and even the superficial muscles of your back, but not those really deep ones that become a little bit smaller, they become a bit more fatty, and therefore they become a bit weak. When you've got weak muscles of your back, what happens is the muscles get stiff, the joints get stiff, it feels like you can't really move all that great, and then it becomes really difficult to do things like roll over in bed, get up out of a chair. It just makes you feel really, really old. So I thought today what we do is I've got Nikki who's strapped me in here, and I'll show you basically how the MedX machine works in order to get the lower back going again. So behind the camera is Deborah. Say hello, Deborah.
Hello.
Yeah, Deborah's there. She doesn't want to show her face. She's like the dentist from the Oral-B ad. That's okay. So what we'll do is just introduce you to the MedX so you can see. Basically, I'm strapped in here at the moment, and what the biggest difference between different types of rehabilitation and the MedX machine is that the MedX is able to actually strap you down, okay, so it holds your legs down so that all you can do is move your back, okay, so can you just put me into, just do a little bit of movement from the bottom, yeah, just go like that, that's fine. So what we can see here when I move, so bring me all the way down, that's it, bring down. And of course, if you've got back pain, you don't need to bend all the way down, but basically it's just bending back like this and coming forwards like this is the basic movement, okay? And you can see that all the movement is being done from my back and none of it is being done from my legs, okay? Now, if you have a look here, Deborah, what you can do is you can actually lock in and you can see that as I'm bending forward and going back, you can see the angle measure of moving there. So if you've got a really sore back and you can't bend very far forward, so you can only come to maybe 36 there, and then come back, it means you don't need to bend all the way forward. So it's actually really, really safe to use. There's a lot of other things, can you just take me out of that? So there's a lot of other things that you can do with lower backs, but it doesn't actually have the safety mechanism to actually put you in one direction or the other, and it can't lock you in at different angles either. So if you've got a really sore and stiff back and you can't bend a long way forward, you can still get those muscles working if you've got the angle measuring and it's only halfway, so it's actually really safe and it's really, really good. Have we got anyone live there online, Deborah?
Dylan, yeah.
Oh, I've got Dylan. Hi Dylan, nice to see you there, mate. If you've got any questions, just type into the comments below and we can answer them while we're talking to you. So that's basically the way that it works. We've got this mechanism that straps you in so that you're only using your back to move. You've got this angle measurer here and it's able to restrict the movement so it's nice and safe. And of course we've got the weight stack here which also we're able to use. It's measured in an American, foot-pounds of torque, so it's not really relevant to kilos or anything like that, but it means that we can measure exactly what we need to do and we can progress that those exercises and progress those weights as far as we go from there. So what's happening there, Deb? Someone else?
Oh, Robin's just saying hello to me. Hi, Robin.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah. That's good, that's the beauty of Facebook Live. So I thought what we might do is actually show how the machine works when we're doing an exercise program. On the next video we might even show you how we can actually test how strong your muscles actually are. So what I'll do is I'll get Nikki to set up the computer. So on the computer here, Nikki's actually got, obviously the machine actually measures, you can just go into exercise so that's all there. So what we're able to do is to set the weight, and we'll just put it on to 100 for now, which is relatively light but still good enough for me to get some kind of exercise in. So we'll just put that in now, Nikki. And what it does is it goes down, that's it, as we go back, it beeps and then comes forward as we go. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, there we go. So it beeps, which means we can then turn and come back down. So what it does is it can do sort of, how many Nikki do you recommend when you're doing reps here and how long should it take?
So normally 15 to 20 repetitions and it should take about 2 minutes to complete. So going at the pace of about...
Show Nikki on the camera.
About 4 seconds on the way down, beep, and then about 4 seconds on the way back and beep. And if we need to, we can instruct people to go faster or slower than that, depending on what they need to get out of the exercise or the machine.
Exactly right. So when we've got different, it's like any other exercise program. So obviously the way that we want to do it is to do it slowly at first, just to get that extra strength into the muscles. However, some people can actually do things, they're actually quite strong, but they're not very, they haven't got a lot of endurance. So we can often put the weight down a little bit lower and do more reps to actually get some more endurance in there from there. So you can see that basically just going up and back. And where I can feel that at the moment is right at the bottom of my back. Okay, so what's important about this is that when we're doing these exercises on the machine, and what people often get sort of mistaken for when they have their back pain, is that the back pain that you're getting isn't actually so much to do with anything going wrong with any discs or muscles, but it's actually to do with the muscles getting tired. Okay, so this deep-seated low back pain that you might get, do a couple more here. The deep-seated muscle pain that you get in your back isn't so much anything going wrong like a disc or a joint, but it's actually your muscles getting tired. Okay, there we go, build it. So when we're done, we can switch it and then come back out. So when we have, got it there, perfect. Awesome, perfect. So when we have low back pain, what can often happen is that the muscles, you mistake them as being very, very tight. It feels like you've got to push around and feel where the muscles are actually going wrong there, but there's actually nothing wrong with them. It's actually more being tired. So the muscles themselves in your lower back aren't all that strong, and as a result, what happens is you get almost like this muscle ache that you get, say if you're walking down 10 flights of stairs, what your legs would feel like. But for some reason, what we do with back pain, and what humans tend to do, is that we go, oh, I've done something to my back, as opposed to the back just being a little bit tired. And what the machine does is it strengthens the back up, so we're able to get those muscles working again, to get the strength back into it, so you're able to do all the things that you're able to do, which means you can then sort of get back into other exercises like your squats, going into the gym, or even just doing home, everyday things at home, like in the garden or picking up your kids and things like that. So it works really, really well. We've had a lot of patients that have come through here in the last couple of years which have got a really good result. We've had athletes and accountants and all sorts of people that have come through from sedentary people. The oldest person we've had on here is 81, 82 I think, yeah, so yep, and she was really, really good as well, so we've had some really good results. I hope that's sort of shown a little bit about what the Med-X is all about. Now, what we've done here is, as a team, we've put together this handout here, where basically it shows us all about what the Med-X is all about. So it's got a number of different bits of information in there, which talks about pretty much what I've summarised today. Also talks about the common mistakes that people make when we're rehabilitating backs. If you'd like a copy of that, what you can do is type in the comments below. Just type Med-X, M-E-D-X. And what we'll do is we'll get Jess, Erin and myself to send you this information to you straight away, so you can have a look, see what the Med-X is all about and see if it's right for you to get your back pain right. Cool, so on the bottom below, okay, make sure you type in Med-X if you want that handout. Type anyone's name in here that might sort of be good with the Med-X machine, who've had low back pain that hasn't really got better either with surgery or exercise. Comment, like and share below, and join us again next Tuesday for another edition of Tuesday Morning Talk with Chris, the Headache and Pain Management Centre. Hello to everyone there. I can't see who it is because I'm on the other side of the camera today, but thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.